What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to OJT Barage. Today we are doing the AM fuel pump on the RX7 and the SakeBomb wiring harness.
He said we. That's about to be him. I don't know how to do this.
Well, I don't even know how to do this. That's why it's OJT.
I mean, I can put it in a fuel pump, but I don't know how to do it on RX7. So, and I'm not touching no plastics and the removal. Let a plastic break. We paying for that? You can't just go to no Chuck and Daddy's or no junkyard and get a plastic for this.
That's why there's eBay.
Yeah.
That's why there's eBay.
I ain't touching no plastics.
So come stuff. The fuel pump I'm using is AEM fuel pump. Oh, and I'm also doing a wiring harness that I got from SakeBomb. Because they said that with the RX7s, because they're getting older, that sometimes the wiring relays give out, and you don't want that to give out because then it causes harm to your motor. And I don't want my motor blowing up or nothing like that.
Got no fuel going,
you know. So exactly. So I'm gonna attempt that too. So all right. So I'm gonna show you guys what we got going on. So I took out all the stuff out of the trunk, all the wires from my speakers and amps and all that stuff like that. Yeah, you got some spaghetti going on, but the fuel pump is over there. And
this your fuel pump?
Yeah.
Oh, my son, nice. It's so difficult to get to a cord fuel pump. So difficult.
Honda Life over there.
The Honda Life. Every other car in Accord and every other Civic, everything is so easy. Go in the back seat, take it out. Accord, no. Drop the tank. Then you got. I'm gonna just cut out, rivet it, and make a nice little unbolt. Make my own little hatch, basically, that they should have from stock, just like I did the road over hubs.
Put this back in here without even doing all that. Sweet. So this is one harness here. See where all this goes. I'm not sure which one that is replacing. So we'll disconnect it and see where we go. Can't be too much more than that, I don't think. This has 4 wires just like the other one. It's like the harness. So let's compare it before we start taking stuff apart. So this one has 4. Let's see. I think this is the pin that they're talking about. Let's see. It's in the kit here. Put all the way to where the power is at. That's a long wire.
And it's probably meant for your battery being in the front, but your battery's now in the back, so you don't have to make it that long.
They're probably still supposed to do it to the front terminal there. Because I remember, whose garage was I was looking at, and there was like, all that stuff should be grounded to that terminal in the front. So we'll see what we can do. Make some choices.
Grounded, but what about that power?
The ground is easy. The power, we're going to have to decide what we're going to do on that. We could always go, because the battery is right there. So I'm not sure if we need to go all the way to the front. But we'll figure it out how we're going to do this. A little late in the game, but I always make sure your battery is disconnected. I'm pretty sure I did it.
I do that all the time. All the time.
A little late in the game.
I'm like, oh, should I plug the battery?
I'm just looking to see what's going on here. There we go. And we got. Why is it still pouring gas everywhere? That's bad. Put that back on. Must be it's under pressure.
Open your gas tank.
Yeah, somebody.
There you go.
OJT in it. Oh, you did a selfie on it?
Nah, because I guess when you pressed it and it was in a certain angle, so as soon as I brought it up to like the perfect angle, it just spun around.
Because also, if you hit that thing 3 times, it does a selfie. It goes into selfie mode. All right, let's see if what happens. I was like, why is it coming? I was like, oh, pressure. Let's see if it does. Yeah, no, it's done. Here we go. It looks stock as hell.
And now that AM one, he's gonna have a nice little whine to it once you hit the ignition switch and it primes up.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, we're out. We're out chair.
That looks super stuck.
We out chair. Okay. So we got that out.
Definitely stuck. Not even a world bar or nothing. Dang. A world bar's not even that expensive.
It looks clean in my tank. It don't look like I can even see the bottom of it. It's clean as hell, man.
Oh yeah, definitely is. No bits and little floating debris.
Thank you, last owner. Could have changed the fuel pump though. I'm sure you guys something that I do. You guys might be like, oh, you know, it looks straight up. You don't need to do that. But before I take something apart, I take a picture.
Oh yeah, I do the same thing.
I see OJT before you start. Take a picture.
So when you put it
back together, you know how to put it back together, just in case there's any doubts. All right, let's get at this. So far I didn't do the wiring yet, but I just want to show you guys what I got so far. So this is the AM fuel pump here, and I reused the plastic fitting here, and this overlap just a little rubber piece right there, and there's an O-ring inside of there. So when you take yours off, make sure that you get that O-ring out and put it over the fitting for the fuel pump, because then it won't fit in there right if you don't take it out and then put it over the fuel pump fitting, because it just won't seat right in there. So after I did that, like, it fit in there good, everything went pretty well, but I was having a problem with the bottom piece. So on your RX7, you're gonna have this little bottom piece that hooks on to the bottom of that, right? And then AM is gonna send you this little doodad rubber piece thing that fits, well, that doesn't fit, just to say, into this. Let me put this down. That doesn't fit into this piece. So what I tried to do, because it's supposed to go like this, and it fits in there, but I had to shave it down some, so because it won't fit in here unless you shave it down. So I shaved it down, and I put it in here, right? And you're probably asking me, well, why didn't you put it back on the pump? So, well, I didn't put it back on the pump because once you put it on the pump, it pushes the pump too far forward, and it's not in a straight line, and it looks really iffy. So I didn't want to do that. So to keep it all nice and in a line and everything good to go, I just connected the filter and everything on here. I used the clamp here and did it like that. And so now I'm going to, since these fittings, the power lines, the positive and negative, don't fit up to the AM power wires right there. So you see they're different. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the what's it called again? The butt
connectors.
Yeah, butt connectors. The butt connectors, and then I'm gonna heat shrink it around it so it keeps it nice and tight and everything nice and neat. So I'm gonna do that now, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. So before I showed you how I got everything set up, but now I did so I did the butt connectors here inside, and then I heat shrink the what do you call it? Heat shrink tubing. Yeah. Heat shrink tubing around it,
and then you heat shrink.
Yep. And that's how it looks. And then I'm gonna tuck these up here, put them out the way. I left it out just for you guys to see. Don't think, hey Jack Wagon, you're gonna put that like back so it looks better. No, I just did it like that so you guys can see it. And I'm gonna tuck them up here so they're out the way, just like that. And then we're gonna put it in and see what happens after that. So start dropping it in there. Oh, almost forgot. Got to change the gasket in here. Almost forgot. Would have been easier if I would have probably did this before, but it should still go over it pretty easily with the gasket right there. So I got a new one. Let me go grab the new one. That should be the right gasket. I didn't even open it. Praise Jesus. Okay. It's the right gasket. He's like, why didn't you check that beforehand? I would have if I thought about it.
Baby Jesus.
You know, and I got another gasket in here for the front of the car.
I wonder why every comedy or something they be like, baby Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus. You never seen Talladega Nights?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I used to have that movie on my PSP.
Jesus. Yay! Two. He said 2 Christmases. These don't cost that much either, so if you're doing it, it's probably just best to change out your gasket. If you're not sure where to get them, Atkins Rotary has them. Hopefully, I put this up together. Why is this not fitting correctly? Let me turn it around. Oh, there we go. It only fits one way. About to be like, cut the cameras! Cut the cameras! I'm looking like Jagwagon. Alright. Let me start putting this in here. Take this harness out of the way. We're gonna email SakeBomb for some advice before I start working on that one. Bye bye, baby. Fuel pump. Not want my baby anymore. Okay, so I got all the. I didn't want to bore you guys with the little stuff, but I just put everything back the way it was. You might be asking, why did I put this plate back on? Because I just want to make sure that everything works and that the fuel pump, everything is good to go. And then once I email SakeBomb and get like a diagram of how it's going, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do that, and I'll show you guys how to do that part in the second part of this video. So let me go start it up and make sure that everything is good to go. Probably have to get primed too, or no? That was a big thing.
Yeah, cycle the key a couple times. Just to make sure you hear it. Also.
I think I heard something. Guess I did it right. Prime it first. I don't really hear the pump though. It's not loud. I thought I might hear it, but I don't hear it. I don't really want to hear that sound the whole time either.
3 days later.
Okay, YouTube. So I emailed SakeBomb about their harness for their fuel pump, which puts in another relay. You see, this is their harness, which has a relay, it has the ground, has a power. It's all like a car, all comes in one. And then you have this part over here. Right, so all this harness stuff, and I was like, I don't even know what's going on, right? Which probably looks like to you right now, I don't know what's going on, but I do. I know what's going on. So this is the old wiring harness, right? Which I thought was pretty much being undeleted, but it's not. Actually, the new harness is going to it's not going to take place of anything. It's going to be an add-on. So you add it on to this side. This part goes back into its original plug. I just unplugged it so it's easier to work with, which I recommend, because you're gonna have to take all this apart. So I'm gonna show you that in a few, and then I'll get right back to you, and I'm gonna walk you through it as I'm going through it, so it makes more sense. Because me just sitting here talking to you guys about it, it's probably gonna be like, what the heck is he talking about? Which I feel like, what the hell am I talking about? So be right back. So in this part of the harness, you have to take this apart, which this part is really easy. You just squeeze it and it comes right off. So we're gonna save these stuff because you're gonna need this stuff later. So on this part here, we're gonna have to take this part off like that. Snake it on through. Remember, you're gonna need all this stuff later. And then you're gonna take this part and you're gonna have to take all of this stuff off. But be careful, there's wires in here because you're gonna have to reuse this. All right. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'm gonna go get a razor blade and get it's all apart, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's apart. Here we go. So right up there, there's a little hole. Right, you stick the little pin or needle in there, and then you go to the side over here, and you can pry this orange part off, and that gives you access to those pins. See those little tabs in there? I'm not sure if you see it. So with my little key thing here, you don't have to use this, but you can use like a little pin, and the little part right in here underneath here. My fingers are too big, but I don't know if you can see this, but you get it right in here, right between those little clips right there, the little clips right above. Let's see if I can get my finger in there, where I get my fat face and my fingers in there. You pry that up, and then it slips out just right out the back, and you pull it right out the back. Boop. There you go. Okay, so now I got everything pinned. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. This is the old harness where we switched off the white part. Now we got the you guys can see here. You got the harness of the old one that's gonna go in here. It's gonna correlate the same way as you did as you took it out. But the SakeBomb website has it where it'll show you the directions. And I'm gonna put that in the bottom in my links, so you can have a link to that as well. But it'll show you how you which ones go into which port right there. So I recommend that you follow that instead of listening to me, because it's easier just to go by that paper that they gave you, or PDF. Yeah, it's in the PDF format. So then when you click it in, it's pretty easy. They can't go in wrong. They can only go in one way. So if you're putting them in one way and it's not going, don't force it. You're probably doing it wrong. But this little part here, how it's like channeled out, that part faces up. And you just click them right in, and you can hear a snap. Oh, mine's is not doing it. Alright, hold on. Take out this one. This one did it. See if you can hear a snap. Oh, it snapped, but it was really like, I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. See the other one? Oh, let's give me 1 second here. Why isn't that going in? I'm pretty sure that's the way it goes in, because I just did it on the other two. Let's see, put it the other way, see if that happens. Oh, nope, it was all the way around. Okay, so I was wrong. So this part here, where it's like channeling, that goes down. Sorry, I said up, but it's down. And then it'll snap in. Yay! There you go, here that will snap. So now you know we're all set and ready to go. So I'm gonna put this harness back to its factory location, which is in there. Are you good, Zay? All right. And then you take this piece here, which is from SakeBomb kit, connect those two together. Yeah, that's it to go. Say ooh. Say ooh. Come on. Am I doing it wrong? What the heck? Oh, I forgot to push this in. You gotta push this orange piece in. Just not pushing in. See. Let me sure. There we go. I'll push this in. Okay. You push that part in. Now I should be able to connect it. There we go. All connected. Don't worry about that part, because this part here is the ground, and you're not gonna use this again, because they gave you another part, which I'm gonna show you in a second here. See? So right over here, I'm sure if you guys can see that. Okay. Right back there is where you're gonna use a SakeBomb grounding wire to this bolt right there. It's in the directions, and I think it's a good spot, so I'm gonna leave it right there to that one, what they recommended. All right. You can talk. It's okay. My son is filming for us today, making a weird face because he doesn't want to talk on the camera. All right. So in the SakeBomb kit, you're gonna take this part here. Don't tape it. You gotta tape it back. But I would recommend not taping it yet until you get the right length that you want and put it in. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna show you guys here when I'm done. So you put it in there, stretch it out, because it's long harness. You can see it's like you got all that to use. All that. I'm gonna stretch it out here. I don't want this to kink. And then you're gonna connect it to your fuel pump. That connects. I'm not gonna screw anything down yet. I'm gonna make sure everything works. See, when you got your length that you want, I would recommend taping it, but for now I'm not gonna do that. And then I gotta get the other part here, this part that comes back with it. But I'm not gonna take that either just yet. Cause that part goes, I believe, like this. And that part goes come up like that. But I'm gonna have to tape it, so I'm not gonna put that in there just yet. Then,
are there ways besides taping it?
no, you have to tape it. There's no other way. You just tape. Just put the length that you want, because all this has to go back underneath the plastic. This is your new relay, and they recommend it so you have access to it to put it above here in the toolkit somewhere. So I'm just gonna leave it right there. So when I put other plastics back, it'll be okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put this right over here. I'm gonna tuck this wire in here. I'm gonna get some zip ties, tuck it on nice and neat, and move this all back here and put it right back here where it's all nice and neat. And leave that, run that wire from underneath the plastic. That's the ground wire. Run that back there, nice and neat. Oh, this is plastic from when I was doing this. Run that all back there. And so I'm gonna. So now you got the power. You got the power line. I'm gonna run to my battery because I did a relocation of the battery. So I did it right behind the driver's seat, and I'm gonna wire that in there. But I have to get through all the plastics because I have to take everything out. But for now, I'm just gonna cut this part here so I can connect it to the battery and test it out and see if everything works properly. Okay, YouTube, I gotta show you guys something real quick. I done goofed. I forgot to tell you guys about the ground that goes in the fuel tank. That one, the ground that goes in the fuel tank. I forgot to put it back. So I'm gonna show you guys where it is, so you guys don't forget to put it back. I'm not trip over everything while I'm talking to you guys. All right, so I did the ground. Remember the ground I was telling you about that one went behind the trunk? Yeah, I did that one, but I didn't do the one back to the fuel tank. I'm gonna show you that really quick. Okay, so right back here, you gotta put this ground wire. Focus. Okay, so this ground wire that goes to that little bolt right there. I forgot to put that back. And if you don't put it back, you're not gonna have any fuel level on your meter, on your gauge up front. So that was dropping. I was like, what the heck is going on? That's because I didn't put the ground back on. So you gotta have two wires come out here. This one and this one going through. And then everything should be okay. But well, I did it, I tested it, and it worked out good, but I just wanted to make sure that everything was good. So I'm gonna put that back on right now. Now I'm gonna start up to see if everything I did worked.
Get her gun. Get her gun.
Oh, it worked. Next episode for the RX7, I'm gonna teach my son how to do the oil change on my RX7. Walk him through it because he's starting to get in the cars now, and he wants to do like a Miata or whatever. So he's gonna have to start taking care of his own car like I do mine. So what we're gonna do the oil change with him. I need a new thermostat, so I think I'm gonna walk him through that one too, or I just show him how to do that one. And then spark plugs. So he's definitely gonna do the spark plugs and oil change. Keep it simple for him. First time working on cars. So that's it for today. Also, we need you guys to subscribe. If you're watching the video and you like our content, please subscribe. We get a lot of people watching, but not a lot of people unsubscribing. So help us out and subscribe, and we'll be in here next time. Next time is my son's gonna be in the channel. Spark plugs, oil change. Show him how we do it. He's getting a Miata. Well, that's what he wants to get. He's gonna have to, work for himself to get that. I'll give him a little bit, but I had to get my own car. So, all right. So he's gonna need to learn how to work on his car. So I look forward to that one. Working out with my son on the car, and there we go. So remember, like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time. Thanks.
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my post to say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on.